Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. I Shalom, Mr. Brother Clark from the St. Davis Camp. I want to start about giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to our apostle, Elders, Great Bishop, and that teach real well. Peace, be safe to the 04 pushing this true week in, week out. It's a sincerity, charity, and love, and the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Shai, throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, I just want to go into taking wise counsel, man. All right. You know, we ourselves think we know things, ourselves, we had that I'm grown, I'm a man or whatever spirit, we have on us, man, to think we know things, man, but we have to be in the spirit of, so I have to be in the spirit of taking wise counsel, man. Have to be in the spirit of talking to our elders and older brothers and taking on a spirit of counsel, man. All right, a spirit of wise counsel at that, you know. We can't just think that we know everything or we can do everything, man. All right, the Lord gave us elders and older men in the camp to help us work through a lot of these things in life, man. All right, so we have to be ready and willing to listen and to take heed to wise counsel, man. All right, this is Proverbs 28:26. He says, "He that trusts in his heart is a fool." So the word heart goes to mind, law. All right. So he says, "He that trusts in his heart is a fool, man." If you trust in your own mind, it makes you a fool out here, man. All right, because what it says, the heart is deceitful among. All right, your heart is deceitful. All right, because your heart, man. All right, is tied to your spirit, man. So you gotta have to. I mean, it's tied to the flesh. Your mind thinks of fleshly things, man. That's why we try to stay in the spirit. We keep our mind on spiritual things. All right. Because you think, I know this. It says, but whoso walketh wisely, he shall be delivered. All right. So you have to walk wisely in this life of ours, man. All right. And that part of walking wisely is taking heed counsel, man, with brothers, man. There's nothing wrong with asking questions, man. All right. The dumbest question is the person that doesn't ask it, man. All right. That's the dumbest question in the world is the man who won't ask a question, man. And I'm going to jump to the book of Psalms, chapter 1 and verse 1. It says, "Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly." Right. So don't be taking uh, 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 advice from Uncle Tim, man, who the drunk of the family, or Auntie Keisha, because she been married for 6 years, or Auntie Pat, because, she got money, If they're not a part of this elect, man, all right, their counsel is ungodly. All right, so you're supposed to be taking counsel from the man of the Lord. Nor that standeth in the way of sinners. All right, nor sitteth in the seat of the scoffer, but delight in the law of the Lord, man. All right, so we supposed to delight in the law, man, which is our ultimate counsel at the end of the day, man. Following the law, statute, commandments of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. That's just what's going to help us navigate a lot of things in this life, man. All right, following behind him, chasing behind him, getting to know him, man. It says that his law do he meditate day and night. So we always want how to keep the law on our mind, man, because the law is our ruling stick, man. It's what keeps us in line, So we have to try to keep the law, and we meditate on the law, that our mind stays sharp, man. The more we meditate on the law, the more that, because the law is wise counsel, all the way down to the dietary law, down to other laws, man. They are the way of life, man. All right, they are our guideline, as well as seeking counsel from older brothers, man. But the real counsel is the law of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. All right, this is why it says he shall be planted by the rivers of water. He shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water. And why does that? Why does it say that? Because a tree planted by the rivers of water has strong roots. That'll pretty much 9 out of 10 flow up under the water, and guess what? It's going to bring forth good fruit. All right, that's why you want to be like that tree planted by water. All right, those branches are going to be very strong, man. They're going to be able to fight against a lot of things, man. All right, a tree that's planted by water is strong. All right, you want to be strong by meditating the laws of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, it says, and he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither. Right, you're not going to fall off, man. By meditating and taking the wisest counsel on the earth, man, is the scriptures. The laws of Yahweh Shem Shai. It says that whosoever he doeth, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. Because living a godly life, man, is the only thing that's going to help us prosper in this world over here, man. You know, there's no prospering in this world. There's no gain for us here, but living for the Lord, man. All right. This Proverbs 12:13. It says, "The way of a fool is right in his own eyes." Right. It says, "But he that hearkeneth unto counsel is wise." Right. Counsel can save a lot of little things, man. Financially, spiritually, physically, everything around us, man. We supposed to receive that wise counsel, man. Calling upon, the elders, man. It says, so we supposed to have be not using but utilizing the elder brothers in our camp, man. Because you know what, and they have journey, man. You know what I mean? As the scripture says, they have experienced many things. And a lot of us younger brothers coming into this faith, man. We fall by the wayside by not taking counsel. You might hear stories. Okay, I'm gonna do it this way, or I'm gonna do it that way. I'm gonna do it this way. Instead of seeking counsel, and getting 2 or 3 witnesses, as the scripture says, man. All right, Jay, go out here and get jacked up. All right, when Jay could have just took his time, took the counsel of the brothers, man. All right, and avoid a lot of things, man. A lot of us don't learn that until it's too late. In the Proverbs chapter 20, verse 18, it says, "Every purpose is established by counsel." Come on now. It says that every good, and I'm gonna stop it right there. Every purpose is established by counsel. Every purpose is established by counsel, man. All right. So I'm not saying sit down with no therapist. I'm talking about spiritual counsel, man. These brothers in Great Millstone are the wisest men on the earth. They're going to give out sound and just and great counsel, man. So we supposed to be seeking after them like we seeking after Yahweh Shema Shai, barking after them. You know, following their ways. This Proverbs chapter 14 and verse 13. Salakia 4 and 13. It says, "Take fast hold of instruction. Let her not go. Keep her, for she is thy life." All right. So that instruction, man, is pretty much dealing with the scriptures, man. She is thy life because, hey, I think the scriptures give you these scriptures are life. And these scriptures are scripture is the number one counselor. So the scriptures are going to help you obtain what the Lord has meant for you to have, and meant for you to be, and meant for you, meant for your walk. It says, "Enter not into the way." It says, it's like it jumped. Salakia. I found jump. Well, pretty much, man, hey, we supposed to take heed to these scriptures because they are our way of life, man. Once again, as I says, man. All right, they are our instruction book. Like a brother says in our camp, the Lord to leave one thing unturned for this life that we're living, man. So we're supposed to try to live by these scriptures to the best of our ability, man. And that's going to be the wisest counsel that we can get. What did the Lord do, man? The Lord gave us a book, guidelines, and showed us of people who made mistakes, showed us of people who didn't hearken, who didn't listen, showed us of people who got counsel. All right, the Lord showed us power. All right, these are all faith builders to build, and our counselor. When we going through hell, when we catching hell, we can revert back to the scriptures to lift us back up, man. To bring us back from anything that we're going through, man. You know. This is Proverbs chapter 13, verse 10. It says, only by pride cometh contention, but with the well advised is wisdom. Right. And the well advised are the men of the Lord, man. They're the only well advised on this earth, man. All right. But that pride comes with that pride, all right, come contention, man. Jake wanna, has so much to say, think they know every damn thing, man. All right, not taking a wise counsel when it's given. That's contention. When the Jake tell you, hey, no, you should do this like this and do this like this, and you don't even consider it, because you're a grown man and nobody tell me how to live or tell me how to do with my money or tell me this, man. Instead of just taking wise counsel, all right, and listening, all right, which could save you out of a lot of things, man, in this world, man. Jake be messed up out here because he don't want to hear the words of the wise man, the prophets, man. All right, I'm gonna jump to Proverbs chapter 12 and verse 15. Came out again, man. It says, yeah, it came out again. It's just, I'm reading it again, man. I didn't even know. It says the way of the fool is right in his own eyes. Right? You always think your own eyes. You think you're right, but you're a fool. Because the only right way is to turn to Yahweh Shem Shai. The only right way is to live for the Lord, man. The only right way is to follow law, statutes, commandments, man, which is our number one counselor on the earth, man. The law, statute, commandments, and His word is our only. It's not just our counselor; it's our comforter. So we have to be willing to listen to the words of Yahweh Shem Shai. Also listening to the men who have journeyed in this truth. All right, because they have a lot to teach, man. You come in. You might be the fastest one to learn scriptures, but do you have the wisdom? All right, to maneuver through the world to utilize what you've learned. We don't know it all, but the Lord is dealing with us to learn it all. But we got to be willing to take counsel of our elders, man. The Lord made them our elders for a reason. The Lord let them come in before us for a reason. The Lord put them over us for a reason. All right? They are there to help guide us as well. Now, they're not there to hold our hands, but they are there to help guide us, man. So take heed to your elders and your brothers in the camp, man. Take heed to the words of Yahweh Shem Shai, man, for they are faithful and true, man. Take heed to the counsel of the scriptures and the law, because this was going to sustain you in these last and trying days, man. All right? So, Lord, willing, that was edifying to the body. With that, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakodash, the Barna Star Apostle, Elders, Great Minister, and Teacher, Ruel. Peace, blessed, safe to the hopeful that pushing the true week in, week out, in sincerity, charity, and love. In the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, throughout the four corners of the earth. With that, I want to say, Shalom.